I'm off on a road trip. So I've been going just over an hour, done 67 kilometres at 141 watt hours per kilometre, but I had to have a bladder break. As I said, yeah, just one of those things, isn't it? So I found a charger and just topping up, because I've used plug share like a good EV driver, and the stop that I was going to take for morning coffee is broken, but I can get to the next one with about 20% left. So we're going to stop there for coffee anyway, just to prove that they're not working, and then we'll move on from there to the next stop. So I'll let you know how we're doing when we get there. All right, so I'm at my second stop, and we've just done 79 Ks, used 11 kilowatts, so that was 140 watt hours per K. Now I topped up to 100% at the previous stop, which I didn't need to do, but because I'd looked on PlugShare and I knew that the fast DC charger here wasn't working, which is WAEV network. But part of the EV network was to always have a slow charger, a destination charger. So I've actually plugged in to the destination charger, which is a jet charge one, which was working, and so it's charging me at 11 kilowatts basically. If I just have a look on my screen here, yep, so it's a three-phase charging me at 11 kilowatts. So I don't need to get full charge here, because I've got enough to get to the next fast DC charger, which according to PlugShare is working. So we'll see how we go there. But this place has got the Avon River right here, and the coffee shop is right beside. So time for a coffee, a bladder break, and a little walk around the river to break up things. See you again soon. So here I am. The coffee shop by the water was closed, so we've went and found another one, but that's fine. So just walked over to the water, and this is where the Avon descent starts, and then here we are by the water, which is the River Avon, or for you Brits, the River Avon. And if we pan around this way slowly, this was the coffee shop that's closed. It would have been lovely sitting out there watching over the water. So there we go. First stop, quick comfort break and a coffee, and the AC charger here was working, and that's fine. I didn't really need it, but you know, in the time we've been here, which is about an hour, it's added 11 kilowatts or something. So anyway, we'll be on our way again soon to Merredin. So I've arrived at my lunch stop. It's almost 1:30. It's about halfway travelled of the 600 plus kilometres, and I've travelled 163 kilometres, used 25 kilowatts, which is the car says 155 watt hours per K. So that's pretty reasonable. We're going to have a stop for lunch now. I'm on a fast DC charger. I arrived with about 47%, and it's already up to 57%. It's charging at 100 kilowatts. Yeah, so that's pretty reasonable. It did start just over 100 kilowatts, and I'm sure it will slow down a bit as we get up there. So we're not going to wander too far, because there's idle fees of $1 a minute, and I don't want to incur those. So off to find a quick snack, and then we'll be on our way again. And this is another comfort stop that I needed, and there's a WAV network charger here. We've only done 109 kilometers, 17 kilowatt hours used, which means 157 watt hours per K. So I don't need to charge here. I could make the next stop, but I did need a break because I was feeling a bit, well, needed to wake up a bit there. So I think I'll go and find myself a coffee. Looks like there might be one down at the local petrol station down the road. So there'll be one more stop about 2 hours from now, give or take. I think the next stop is almost 190 kilometers from here. So we're just topping up a bit and be back soon. So I've arrived at the last stop before my destination because I needed to stretch my legs. That was 186 kilometers, 28 kilowatt hours used at 151 watt hours per kilometer. So I'm charging again. There's the ABC, always be charging. ABC, always bring cables, because at one I needed my type 2 cable because the fast DC charger was broken. So I'm going to stop here for a short while, stretch the legs before I finish. I've only got about another half an hour to go. So at the end of this we'll top up and see how much I've used and how much it's cost me. So I have arrived at my destination. I've just covered 41 kilometers, used 6 kilowatt hours at 145 watt hours per kilometer. So I'll add all that up tomorrow and let y'all know. All right, some calculations. I've added things up. 644 kilometers was the total distance covered according to the trip computer. 96 kilowatt hours, which equates to 149 watt hours per kilometre. Now I did only travel at about 105. The speed limit was 110 kilometres an hour, which is about 70 miles an hour, give or take. But I stuck under that, and when we got stuck behind some of the road trains, which can be 4 massive trucks all joined together, they tended to travel at about 80. Other trucks are speed limited to 100. So we did stick under that. Now 149 watt hours per K, I've got a feeling I actually used a little bit more than that. The 96 kilowatt hours, it just gives me whole amounts or thereabouts. So there could be a slight bit of leeway there, but that works out about average. I mean, since I had the car, 147 watt hours per K. So look, I'd say that was pretty much there. The total cost of all the charging stops that I did was $52.87 Australian. Now, I started at home at 100% full. I got here and I wasn't quite 100%. I was down to about 73%, I think. But then the next day we went into the main town, Kalgoorlie, and I found a free charger and I plugged it in. So, you know, I got up to 100% thereabouts and it's cost nothing extra. So $52.87 to travel 644 kilometres. Now, if you think that petrol is at the moment, look, I'll be fair, $1.80 a litre. Some of it was well over $2. Now, basically, per 100 Ks that I've travelled, that's $8.21 Australian. So at $1.80 a litre, that's 4.56 litres per 100 K equivalent. If it's $2 a litre, it's closer to 4.1 litres per 100 K. Now remember, this fuel that I'm putting in is the most expensive electrons going. It's 66 or 65 cents per kilowatt hour. So that's the most expensive. So the most expensive journey cost me under $53 Australian. Now, just for comparison's sake, the train from Perth to here, and you've got to get to the train station, get from the train station to your place that you're staying. The train is $100.85 and takes 7 hours. Flying is approximately $400 and takes an hour. But you've got to get to the point of departure, and then you've got to get from the point of arrival to where you are. With a car, well, you're driving out your garage, you're driving into wherever it is you're staying. Now, we did take 10 hours for the trip. We left at 8 a.m. and we got just after 8, and we got here just after 6 p.m. And that was because we did lots of stops on the way. I stopped at every charging point, A, B, C. Always be charging. Always bring cables, because I needed cable at one point. Basically, the charging points across that road from Perth to Kalgoorlie run about every 100 to 200 kilometres. I think the longest distance is 186 kilometres. So you could easily bypass one if it wasn't working. But I stopped at each one. One wasn't working, but it didn't matter because that was only about 100 k's from the previous one. Next one, 186 k's. Not too bad. I would have made that without a problem. But I stopped there. It was coffee time. It was comfort break. And then the next stop, 2 hours later, was lunchtime. Comfort break. Next stop was about another hour and a half. I needed the comfort break, you know. So these places, they've got the ability to find a comfort break place or a pee hole. It was a very pleasant journey. Did take a bit longer than I anticipated. I was anticipating 8.5 to 9 hours, but we did stop and have a sit down and a chin wag because we were bringing a friend with us. At one point or so, I did have to go and unplug the car to avoid idle fees. So I had to unplug it and move it. So, yeah, we could have taken a lot less time. We'll be going home in a couple of days, doing everything in reverse. I won't make a video about that because we're planning on doing a few more stops. So all up, I think that was a great road trip. It works out so cheap in an electric vehicle. What do you think to that? Let me know in the comments below. Have you done a road trip, and how long was it? This wasn't a long road trip by any way, shape or form. I know people who will do 1,100 kilometres in their day, have 8 hours sleep and then get up and drive again. Personally, I won't do that. I like to feel safe. But anyway, you know, make your comments below. Now, while you're down there, don't forget, there's that like and subscribe button. Thank you so much. Really, really does help the channel, and it costs you nothing. And if you want to help in other ways, there are my link to my Ko-fi page and my Tesla referral, where you may get some benefits. In Australia, it's only $350 now while it lasts. So if you need to buy a Tesla, get stuck in sooner rather than later. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you all very soon.